What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and this is my review for the new Netflix Christmas movie, The Christmas Chronicles. Now, let me just start off by saying this, and I want to shout out Broforce Squad if you're watching this. Guys, thank you so much for the recommendation, and I wanted to make this video for you guys because you guys were raving on Twitter about how you liked this movie. And I watched it this morning, and I just could not believe that I actually liked it. I liked this movie. Now it's a cheesy Christmas movie, very formulaic. It stars Kurt Russell as Santa Claus. It stars also two kids that I've never heard of before. And the thing about this movie that I like is I like the dynamic that Kurt Russell has in his range as Santa Claus. He is a very, very great Santa in this movie, and I like that they play on those cliches of how Santa is, how he's fat, he likes cookies, and how Santa says ho ho ho. And really, this movie takes all of those stereotypes and just cut them. They say, no, this is not how Santa is. And that's what I love about this Santa, this version of Santa, is that he is not the typical ho 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 fat jolly man. He is very much a buff, good looking Santa, and he's very charismatic. And I think Kurt Russell as Santa in this movie really makes this movie stand out, and it actually makes this movie enjoyable to watch because he gives a performance that's very compelling. And I feel like Kurt Russell had a lot of fun in this role playing this character, and you can see it throughout the movie. Now, like I said, this movie is very formulaic. It moves very quickly, so the movie feels like it's about an hour and 20 minutes, even though the runtime is about 105 minutes. And the thing about this movie is that as you're watching this movie, you feel like you shouldn't, especially somebody like me, you feel like this is a movie meant for families to watch on or around Christmas. And not only that, but it's a movie for kids. I mean, there's a lot of kid jokes in this movie. There's a lot of things that happen and certain characters, especially like the elves in this movie. The elves are really weird CGI animated creature things. It's ugh, they look like weird mouse like mice with like mustaches, and they're intelligent and stuff. It's kind of weird, but this movie was very much a family watered down Christmas movie. But somebody like me watching this movie, I enjoyed this movie, and I felt the entire time while watching this movie that I probably shouldn't enjoy this movie as much as I do. I found it to be a great holiday film, and it's something that if you're going in looking for a movie that'll give you a great Christmas vibe, and to watch a movie that is great for this holiday season, then this is the type of movie you will want to watch. Now, this movie is with its flaws. Believe me, it has plenty of flaws, and it's a movie that's very corny, very cheesy. You could tell that it was made on a low budget, and the thing is I think that works for this type of movie, especially because it's a Christmas movie. If this was a movie that wasn't a Christmas movie, say it wasn't, Santa Claus-esque movie, there was no Christmas, there was no Santa Claus in this movie, it wouldn't be as good as it is. But because of the fact that this movie is a holiday film, it makes this movie actually stand on its own as opposed to being weighted down by all the flaws in this movie if it was just a standard normal movie. So good on Netflix by making a great family Christmas film. And one last thing I wanted to point out about this movie is that this movie, it knows what it is, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it knows what it wants to be. And I think that's one thing that I really admire about this movie, that it gives you that great holiday setting, but still has that very familiar story of, oh, Santa's in trouble. We need to help him save Christmas. Because that's ultimately what this movie comes down to. These two kids need to save Christmas, help Santa, as Santa has to it seems like, convince us humans that he is the real Saint Nick. And it's charming, but we've seen it so many times because it's so formulaic. We've seen it in a bunch of movies like Santa Claus, like Elf, multiple movies. I'm sure Hallmark has a ton of those types of movies as well. But this movie, it gives you that great blend of Christmas spirit, and it's really just a fun, enjoyable movie. I'm not saying this is a movie that you need to own or anything like that, no, by any stretch of the imagination. But if you have kids, definitely watch this movie, sit down with your kids, and just enjoy it. It's a fun time, and Kurt Russell as Santa, you will never see it ever again, so just bask in it and enjoy it, because Kurt Russell is the man as Santa Claus. Probably the best Santa we've had since Tim Allen. But anyway, guys, that is my review for the Christmas Chronicles. What do you guys think down below? Let me know in the comments. Also, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel. I put up content all the time, and I'll be putting up a lot of content this month because I will be going to California in a couple weeks, and so I'm going to be recording a ton of videos, so it'll still probably be here in this setting. Anyway guys, we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.